Man, have you played GTA San
I'm gonna have a baby! I just want an apple!
Hello everyone, and welcome to the very first ever episode of Brainwatched, Phase 2. I'm your host, Overseer, and joining me as always is J Chippers.
Hello, Phase 2.
And Cubicle Wings.
I'm number 3.
Sorry about that.
And super excited about this, we have a new guest with us joining us for Phase 2. Say hello to MB Teddygram.
Hello.
Teddy, you do a really good Cube impression.
Thank you. I've been working on it for years.
For the 5 years we've known him.
Yes, the moment I heard his voice, I was like, you know what? This is what I aspire to sound like.
I do that to people.
Anyway, hi everybody. Welcome to Phase 2 of Brainwatched. Sorry we went on such a long break. You might notice that we're not in the studio anymore because somebody, Cube, got us canceled last episode.
Hey, but to be fair, my room had a draft. I do not miss that place.
That place had rats.
I didn't mind the rats. They were nice.
Hey.
They were good company.
Hey, those rats were important, okay? I was using those rats for something none of your business,
Can you be one of those villains that explains their plot to us like we're not going to stop them?
No, yeah.
That's too cliche.
But what's different in Phase 2, Zay?
Well, you might notice this big-ass machine sitting behind me. Everybody say hello to the Brain-Drawn 9000. Usually we keep this thing backstage, but since we don't have a studio anymore, I thought, hey, since we need somewhere to film this thing, I might as well give you guys a little behind-the-scenes look at how we do things right here. So this'll be the thing supplying the images from now on. So good news, you'll be getting a lot clearer picture in the background.
Whoa.
Wow.
Man releases one short film and he thinks about cinematography.
Anyway,
I make movies.
feel like we've done enough of an intro, so let's get started. We've got a lot of video game news to talk about today, specifically video game news.
This is the video game episode.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear Grand Theft Auto 4 got leaked?
4? Wow, I didn't know they went back in time.
What do you mean?
Cube, I don't know how to tell you this, but we're on 6 now.
What? No.
Yeah, it's almost like we've been on 5 for the past several years, and they just keep releasing it on everything.
They just released San Andreas last week.
So yeah, for our first topic, let's talk about Grand Theft. That's the end of the sentence. Let's talk about Grand Theft, because that's what this was.
It's a Grand Theft. What did they steal exactly?
Well, so I know we're a bit late on this, but we had to talk about this. This is not only one of the biggest video game related stories of the year, but this might be the craziest video game piece of news we've ever covered on this show. And that includes Tifa Lockhart getting cloud plowed in front of a Nobel Peace Prize winner.
That one was great.
Oh, man.
And you didn't think it could get crazier than this, but here we are with Grand Theft Auto 6 getting leaked. So, yeah, the sequel to the most profitable piece of entertainment ever made, Grand Theft Auto 5, got leaked earlier this year, almost a month ago on September 18th.
Wow.
In the GTA forums by a user named Teapot Uber Hacker, we'll get back to him later, a whole 90 minutes of pre-alpha footage of the next GTA game, GTA 6, was uploaded to those forums, and they spread all over the internet.
People shat on it too, this looks terrible. They've been working on this for so long. I'm like, this is pre-alpha.
I was really hoping that, there's no way people are that stupid, right? I know people are dumb, but they can't be that dumb.
You know, the one thing I will say, though, with the leaks that I did see, I honestly thought the game looked pretty decent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it looked interesting.
Yeah. Like, I mean, you can obviously tell there's a lot of work in progress being done, but I thought it all still looked pretty, like, it looked like a pretty decent game.
We learned basically everything about this game. Its characters, we see some of the combat, the driving, like, where it's set in. So, like, this is a huge leak. 90 minutes of footage. Right off the bat, I just want to say, like, I'm not going to have any images of the footage, the leaked footage in the background, because, one, I don't want Rockstar Games taking this podcast down. We just came back from cancellation, dude. And two, like, I don't want to support this asshole who did this, because I'm going to say this right now. If you're somebody who leaks games or, like, movies or anything before they come out, you're a real piece of shit.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know. I don't think the leaks itself was the biggest problem with this guy. It was the holding the source code hostage for GTA 5 or something.
Yeah, that's fucked. That's hella fucked, dude.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second, but I just want to say, like, fuck you if you leak stuff like this, because, like, you're doing something super duper illegal. So, like, not only are you putting yourself in danger, you're potentially putting your loved ones in danger too, and you're fucking up the production. You're putting people's jobs on the line who work on this thing, and you're very likely delaying it so that all the people you just leaked its announcement to are gonna have to wait even longer for it. All of this, and for what? Clout? Internet fame? So your name can go down in history as the guy who leaked that one big thing? Just don't leak games. Don't be a piece of shit and leak, and don't do this.
Yeah.
Fuck this guy.
I'd say that there's only, like, one point in history where I think a leak has benefited, and that's the Deadpool source footage leak. The studios weren't even planning on actually, like, making this, and then once that video actually leaked, that did push the studios to actually greenlight the project. Like, leaks like that kind of makes sense. And, I mean, it still hasn't been identified who has leaked it. So, the person who did leak it didn't do it for fame. He just wanted to get it out there.
Yeah. Speaking of Deadpool 3, hell fucking yes.
Oh, yeah. Dude,
X-Men, let's go.
It's about time we start getting movies that I actually want to go to the theater and see. Because, like, this year was, like, so dry, and, like, the past few years, it's like, I think the only movies I went to see this year was the Doctor Strange one, and that was at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
I mean, I've just been making effort to try and see more movies this year. I saw Nope. Nope was awesome. I recommend Nope.
Did you like Nope?
Nope.
I still can't believe I fell into that one. Anyway, back to the topic. So yes, as Teddy said, this motherfucker, not only did he leak this information, but he held the source code for ransom, which, you know, it's pathetic enough to leak something huge like this for, you know, clout and internet fame, but if you're, like, holding it for ransom and asking money for it,
There's so many legal problems there.
Exactly. And it turns out, this is like, you thought this story couldn't get crazier. Oh my god, the most anticipated game of all time got leaked? Oh, it gets wild from here. Apparently, the person who leaked it, all of this has come out in the meantime. Apparently, it's been pretty much confirmed that he's a member of the cybercrime group called Lapsus, with a $sign for the S. So, apparently these guys, that's what they do. They hack into these really massive corporations, steal their information or, like, private data, and then threaten to publish them to the public unless they're paid money. That's what these guys do. So, like, apparently they attacked, earlier just this year, they're a relatively new cyber criminal team. They attacked Microsoft, Samsung, T-Mobile, like...
What a pathetic set of incels.
I know!
Yeah. I think what I found really funny, though, is how fast, like, the FBI and law enforcement there, they actually tracked down these guys, like, almost within a week of this happening.
Jeez.
Like,
and who did they turn out to be, Cube?
Just
what did they turn out to be?
A bunch of internet trolls, basically.
They turned out to be teenagers.
Yeah.
Yep.
They turned out to be a bunch of fucking the guy, It was a 17-year-old kid who leaked this GTA stuff. And honestly, I feel like we should have, like, looking back, it's like, oh yeah, a 17-year-old totally did this. Because the day after they leaked all this GTA 6 stuff, again, 90 minutes of GTA 6 footage, after they leaked it, the next day they came back and just like, wow, this went unexpectedly viral. It's like, dude!
Unexpectedly.
Yeah, no shit.
It's like, yeah, a 17-year-old totally wrote that.
God, how old would that 17-year-old have been when GTA 5 was initially released? I wasn't able to play GTA till I was 16.
This is my revenge.
Yeah. Yeah, but honestly, I gotta give it to, like, the technical know-how for a 17-year-old. Like, I had a family friend, and they had a kid who's, I think, probably, he was like 7 or 8 at this time. Had his own laptop. His parents kind of spoiled him. And we're hanging out there, and I had my laptop. I'm doing my work on it. He comes, sits right beside me with his laptop, and he kind of looks at my username and is like, oh, so this is, that's your username there? Yeah, it is. And about, like, 20 seconds later, he hacked into my laptop right beside me. It's like, well, this is freaking creepy. Like, you're 7 years old. How did you know how to do that? It's like, oh, I just found your IP address, and then I just like,
Oh my god! Just casually find your IP address.
yeah, I had to go to his parents. Like, you realize what he's doing on that laptop, right? Oh yeah, he does it all the time. I bet you that kid was the one who actually hacked GTA. He probably hacked Rockstar.
Like, this is on the level, though, of, like, ransomware. That, like, you know, you download a software and it gives you a fucking virus, and then they're like, I'll take off the virus and give you back your information if you give me fucking money.
Mm-hmm.
It's extortion.
Yeah.
It's fucked up.
It's really fucked up. And Rockstar put out a statement. Here's the thing. Rockstar put out a statement saying, like, we know this happened, and we promise this isn't going to affect the production of GTA 6 at all. Which, I don't believe them, but honestly, I don't blame them. If they are lying, I don't blame them at all. Because, like, what are their choices? Like, either lie and say that, no, don't worry, everything's fine, or tell the truth to be like, yeah, this is going to fuck up production, GTA 6 has been pushed back indefinitely, and just watch their fucking stock prices drop.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Well, the one thing I do like to see, the positive outlook from other companies. Like, people were hounding on Rockstar saying the game looks terrible, it's all pre-alpha, this is not going to be a good game. And then a bunch of other game companies came out and they started showing a lot of their pre-alpha stuff. And saying, yeah, you remember our game? This is what it looked like roughly in that stage. It was like,
imagine if Game Freak did that and it just looked the exact same.
Yeah. I imagined if you went to Ubisoft, everything would look all the same.
But yeah, that guy's getting sued out the fucking ass, dude.
Yeah.
His life's fucking over, dude.
Which is, it's on the one hand, it's just this whole situation's fucked up.
Yeah.
He did that for a day of fucking clout.
Well, he will go down in, I wouldn't say history, but he's going down.
He's old enough for juvie, so
Yeah.
But yeah, fuck these kind of hackers, and as Michael Jordan says, fuck them kids.
Speaking of kids,
what
about squids?
You're a kid now.
J Chip and Teddy, do you guys want to review Splatoon 3?
Teddy, do you want to go first since you actually are a diehard fan?
Splatoon 3, in my opinion, is basically the culmination of all the best things they've done with Splatoon put into one game. I don't know much about the story yet, because I only played the first little tutorial bit. I think the change to make weapons available but through their own currency instead of having to use the gold was a great change.
Mm-hmm.
but we need more skirt options. Why do they get like 15 different pants and we still only have one skirt? It's stupid and dumb. Or two, if you have an amiibo.
We need more fashion.
Exactly. It's been 3 games and we still can't change our goddamn pants that much.
I mean, I only got 2 pairs of pants, really.
In real life.
But it's a game that, like, centers around, like, oh, dude, you can change your outfit except for your pants. It's like, they focus so much about, like, oh my god, look at all the clothes you can wear. And it's like, oh, but not pants for some reason.
Can you change your shoes?
Yes.
Yeah, that's an actual thing. Like, and they have their own abilities and everything, just like the shirt and the head, but not the pants.
Not the pants, though. Like, you get, like I think it's, like, 5 or 6 options for pants.
I mean, if you guys complain about it so much, they might just take away the pants.
No!
You know...
I was thinking, like, don't worry, it'll come out later. They'll do a pants expansion.
Pants
Expansion.
That sounds kind of wrong, Zay.
They're gonna revert to Splatoon 1, where you get the shorts and you don't complain. That's it. That's all you get. Shut your fucking mouth. Am I allowed to curse on this?
Yeah.
Yes, you are.
Too fucking late.
I mean, J-Chip started this topic by saying, fuck them kids, so you're fine.
Oh, okay, we're
kids.
good. Hell yeah.
Well, now they're not even squids, they're octos. They're octolings. But yeah, that's another thing is that, like, they made it, like, its own little race because it was, originally the enemy, but now they made it, like, its own thing. People can be octopi now.
Well, actually, in Splatoon 2, the Octo expansion, I think if you bought the Octo expansion in Splatoon 2, you could still play as the Octoling, but now it's base game.
Yeah, hell yeah. There's a race war now.
There's
all the fucking
always been a race war.
That's all.
I thought that was the
is.
plot. I thought that was the plot of Splatoon.
That is literally the plot.
So, I gotta ask, since the last Splatoon I played was probably the first one, like, back when I was in high school. God, that might have aged me. But the thing is, like, I haven't played anything since, and I've only ever played the little bits of multiplayer. Like,
That's fair.
is there a single-player campaign with this?
Yes.
Yes, there's been a single-player campaign in all of the games.
Huh.
Yes.
Okay.
But that's what the big selling point for 3 has been for a lot of people. That, like, the story actually got really fucking interesting. Like,
oh no, the Zapfish got stolen again. What a new concept.
Is Princess Peach in another castle?
I just love the whole desert punk aesthetic, though.
Dude, I can't believe they made the Octarians furries, dude. I can't believe it.
That is weird. Like, when I saw them for the first time, I'm like, these aren't octopi. They're like fucking like these fur balls, and when you get caught by them in the goop, they turn you into the fucking like honeycomb monster.
That's a fucking deep cut, J-Chip.
Ayo, deep cut like the idols. Hell yeah. That I know you didn't mean to make that reference.
No, I didn't.
But that's actually what the idol group is called in this one, is Deep Cut. Speaking as someone who's just now gotten into Splatoon through Splatoon 3, I really fucking love the game. That's all I've been streaming lately. Has been
Yeah, I noticed.
Splatoon.
They're very fun.
It's very fun. Story's been fun, as someone who's actually playing it. And also, I actually started playing Splatoon 3 before Teddy did, for a bit.
Well, that's because I was broke and didn't have the money to buy it on launch, and I was so sad.
I didn't even have it on pre-order. I bought it, like, the day it was coming out. I was like, fuck it.
Yo, you know what? You know what we could talk about on the topic of Splatoon 3, though? We could talk about the VTubers who chroma keyed the ink.
Oh my god, when I heard that, like, that was fucking insane. There's a fucking VTuber that, like, they used the green,
The green ink.
ink.
Yep.
The green ink, and they chroma keyed it with fucking porn.
It's so funny, dude.
To be fair,
Dude.
that does sound funny.
Dude. I'm surprised no one's thought of that before.
Like, I believe the idea was to try and do well enough that it wouldn't show, like, to have enough ink covering the porn that you wouldn't get banned, I think was the idea.
That's the challenge.
You know what's worse? One of the ink colors in the story mode is white.
Hell yeah, they finally did it! They finally gave us white ink!
Why is that funny?
Don't. Oh no, don't.
It's
no,
just
don't.
white ink.
After all these years of Marie jokes.
Someone called that out in my last stream. They're like, that ink looks kind of.
Oh no, don't spray your white ink on the furries.
Oh no.
God damn it.
Don't cry over spilt milk.
Okay, so bring this back to Earth. Okay, so I have a question about this game, and it's a question that nobody has ever asked in a Splatoon 3 review. I know, I checked. I went through every single Splatoon 3 review in existence to make sure nobody's asked this question yet. You ready?
Wait, hang on. You went through all the Splatoon reviews and you didn't watch Cyberpunk Edgerunners?
My question is this game worth getting if you already have Splatoon 2?
Yes. Well, actually, it depends. Why do you play Splatoon 2? You need to ask yourself that. Because here's the thing. I liked the Splatfests, and that's what makes it worth it.
Splatfest was really fucking fun. My first Splatfest was really fun. And my team won, so... Team Gear, let's fucking go.
Plus, they improved a lot of, like, minor things, so it's an overall improvement. Plus, you can dab on the losers!
Let's fucking go!
That's honestly worth it alone.
Also, they introduced the best mode in Splatoon 3, Table Turf. Which is just a card game version of Turf War.
Yeah, how is that? It's fun?
It's actually really fucking fun if you learn the strategies behind it. And also, once you hit level 30 in Table Turf, you get a fucking Yu-Gi-Oh! Emo!
Oh, really?
Hell yeah! It's a fucking Yu-Gi-Oh! Pose as the emo.
That's
as a victory
amazing,
pose.
actually.
I really love Splatoon 3 as a person who's never played Splatoon. It's made me a Splatoon fan. The fucking music bops.
So you're telling me that if I bought Splatoon 3, I'm not going to be that lost?
No, not really.
Wait, what? Lost? Why would you be lost?
Well, I mean, I haven't obviously played the campaign of any of the other ones.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Most of the campaigns can usually stand on their own, as long as you ignore some of the minor details.
Yeah.
They seem to be talking about a bunch of other stuff, but I mean, that happens in any game, so...
They seem to be talking about this character that I don't know who the
J-Chip's
fuck
not
it is.
lost, and this is J-Chip's first ever Splatoon
Exactly.
game.
Yeah, and he
so-
gets lost quite a bit, so, I mean, it can't be that bad.
Shut the fuck up. But I think it's really good. It's amazingly, like, this franchise has survived that, like, when they were first thinking about it, the people at Nintendo was like, oh, this is never gonna fucking work. And then someone at their office was like, no, we have to make this work. We're gonna take a risk. And it ended up being one of their biggest fucking franchises ever.
Wow.
That's what happens when Nintendo takes a fucking risk. Do it more.
I mean, they did buy a whole ass studio, so that should be interesting. They, after, doing the Mario movie stuff, they bought their own, like, production studio.
That's right.
It's okay. We'll talk about a lot about that at the end.
We will segue.
You're right. We need a new segue. J-Chip, say something.
You're a kid now.
Say something else.
Speaking
Say
of
something
kids,
You're a squid now.
Yeah, speaking of kids, that'll just be our transition for everything. Speaking of kids.
Speaking of kids,
Kids like
That's a
cartoons, right?
great.
Kids love cartoons, right?
Let's review a cartoon!
Hope you're buckled up.
Alright, Cube,
yes,
you have the floor. You recently watched an anime, didn't you?
yes,
A video
and
game
I was
anime.
hoping I'd have somebody else to review this with. Yeah, I had my hopes up. Anyway, Cyberpunk Edgerunners. Now, it is a show.
And that's it. On to the next.
Speaking of kids. Anyway, yeah,
I'm gonna get this video fucking marked as for kids.
for kids.
Oh no.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Anyway, Cyberpunk Edgerunners, a new anime came out from Trigger in collaboration with CD Projekt Red. Basically based off the Cyberpunk universe and the recent game that came out 2 years ago, Cyberpunk 2077. Of course, everybody should know that game pretty much flopped pretty hard when it initially launched. It was not a stable game.
It was
Alright,
buggy as shit.
I mean, if you're talking about the game itself, yeah, that was a flop, but as far as sales,
Yeah,
well, yeah, because it was hyped up so fucking much that everyone had
everybody
very
pre-ordered
high
it and,
everyone had
Yeah, I
very high expectations for it.
I think didn't it already sell 5 million copies just from pre-orders?
pretty much, yeah, it was a...
Like, it sold 5 million before it even came out. That's more than games do in their lifetime.
Yeah, but the sad story is, like, as soon as it released, it dropped its player base, like, within the first few weeks. Like, people just dropped the game.
Yeah, and the console release especially was fucked.
Well, I mean, too, I think it was released before, like, PlayStation 5 and the new Xbox Series came out, so they hadn't actually made those versions of the games yet. Yeah, like, if you played on those guys, they were incredibly buggy. They actually removed Cyberpunk 2077 off the PlayStation Store, I believe, for a bit.
God, that sucks.
Yeah. So it was really sad to see that game kind of go, because it looked very promising. It kind of sucked, because I thought that game was pretty much dead. Like, I hadn't even thought about it since it really released. And then, like, I honestly didn't even hear about this anime until it was already out.
I heard about it at a fucking Trigger panel.
Oh, wow. But,
I was like, that doesn't surprise me that you knew about this. Since you're
Trigger fan.
such a huge Trigger fan.
I'm a Trigger fanboy. Hell
You're
yeah,
triggered.
I am.
For good reason. They're
I'm
awesome.
triggered. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, Trigger doesn't fucking miss except for Darling in the Franxx.
Yeah.
Hi, so I have a very important question about the anime.
Yes.
So it's based off the game, right? Or...
Sort of. So, the story of Edgerunners takes place before the game. So,
It's a
I'm not sure
prequel?
the exact
Okay.
timeline, but it's probably within like a year or two, but just
Follow
So
before.
it's not
Follow up.
27-7?
It maybe it's
Follow-up
2076.
important question. Is Keanu Reeves in the anime?
Negative.
Well, then, I'm never watching it. See you
What's
later.
the
My
even the
interest is
point?
gone.
Oh, just wait. There are interesting bits. So,
Yeah, Keanu Reeves was replaced with the best girl of this year.
we'll get to her, but in the meantime, so yeah, when the anime, when I first watched it and I saw it was Cyberpunk, I was like, oh, that'll be kind of interesting. You watch the first episode, and if you'd even played just a little bit of the game, like the scenery, the locations, they are pulled directly from the game. Like you see some of their shots, it's like, oh yeah, that's the street where this quest or mission came from. It's kind of nostalgic in that way, in that sense. Speaking of story-wise, so this anime is only 10 episodes long, so not your regular
Really?
12 for a series. But the story in it, like within the first 2 episodes, you're pretty much hooked with the main character, David. I think David.
Wow.
I know.
David.
What a compelling main character name.
But yeah, you get hooked to the character pretty quick, and Just the story within 10 episodes. Trigger always somehow manages it, but I fucking get emotionally invested in this story. And by the 10th episode, like, I'm already kind of I'm a mess.
What I know about the games is that I basically said this when we streamed it the one time when it came out.
Yeah.
That it's basically Cyberpunk GTA.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it looked like. It's just like doing missions, like running around and doing some crimes and hanging around some prostitutes.
Mm-hmm.
And that's basically what it is. But like, what's the actual plot of the anime?
So it's a little weird one. David is it starts off with him kind of being in high school there. He's the lower class in that town. Like, he's growing up poor, except his mother is working hard to pay for him to go to this really nice school. And in the first episode, I guess we should put a spoiler tag on this. So, she gets killed in a car crash, and I think one of the other people in this car crash, they have the executive protection, whatever it is, for medical aid. So you get first responders on the scene really quick to save them, but they leave the mother behind because she's poor.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, David basically becomes orphaned at that point and finds out that his mother was a what's called an Edgerunner or a Cyberpunk. Basically, what you play as in 2077. You're just a mercenary kind of thing. But he meets the group that his mother ran with, and he kind of becomes sort of like a family bond with them. I don't want to go too much into the story, though, because it's really good to experience. You know, as it kind of goes, like, the family sort of starts getting torn apart, and you get a lot of emotional stakes with this story. I really recommend it, though. Like, it's very good. I don't want to go too much into it.
The animation looks incredible.
It is. Well, I mean, it's Trigger. Like, you can't go wrong with that.
It's Trigger, and also Cyberpunk is visually pleasing in itself. So
yeah.
They like just molded together.
Yeah, but too, Trigger is very known for going very over the top with their animation. I think CD Projekt Red had to come in a little bit and kind of tell them to tone some things down. Which is the other thing I really want to talk about is one of the characters that Trigger made, Rebecca.
Best girl.
When they were pitching all the characters, they pitched Rebecca as a small, angry little sort of gremlin girl, which looked like a lolly. Yeah. And CD Projekt Red basically came back and said, hey, we don't think this will fit the tone of our game or this universe, so we don't really want the lolly in this. And Trigger came back and said, this character is going to be, probably one of your fan favorites from this series. And they fucking called it. The internet loves her.
That's exactly what I said earlier. We couldn't have Keanu Reeves, so we have to have something.
The next best thing. But I love all the memes that have come out of it. Is like CD Projekt Red, no, we don't want the lolly. Trigger, the lolly stays. Like, she's the tiny gremlin girl that everybody just kind of likes. Everybody likes short people with temper tantrums.
And also her voice acting's great.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the other thing, too, the English dub is great.
As fucking Trigger never fucking misses with a dub.
But the one thing, too, like, I want to kind of get away from the story of Edgerunners because, like, I think it's good and I think it's everybody should be able to experience it. The one benefit from Edgerunners is it somehow revitalized the game that came out. The player base for Cyberpunk 2077 has like shot up in the last month, and in a way that just kind of makes me happy because the game, I actually just started playing it again too, and I forgot how good the game actually is.
I remember like 6 months or so after it flopped on release, like they started like updating it to where it's actually playable.
Yep, they started adding so many good things to it, but I mean, the game was dead at that point. Nobody was wanting to play it.
That reminds me of No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, it's so rare to see a game with such a bad first impression come back like this.
Yeah.
Because gamers hold grudges.
Oh, 100%. Well, I mean, the thing for me, like, I was sad to see the game didn't do well. I mean, I kind of lost interest in it so quick, too. But I never even put any thought into the game afterwards. And then once Edgerunners came back, as like watching the series, man, I kind of want to go back and play this again. Started it up and was like, damn, this is a good game. Perhaps I treated you too harshly.
I came back, Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
It's okay. You're still breathtaking.
I forgive you, Keanu.
You're breathtaking.
I forgive you, Keanu.
Even if your wife made you get into NFTs.
Was that his wife?
There's someone he was
Somebody,
working with.
yeah, working with there.
Okay.
Because he actually fucking hates NFTs. That's, yeah.
Yeah. I think somebody was asking about NFTs one time. I was like, you can just screenshot.
Fucking love that man. He did not know what he was signing up for. And fuck those people.
Yeah. Yeah, overall, though, I don't want to get too far into the series because it is really good. I mean, for 10 episodes that kind of came out, and I mean, the anime didn't even overstay its welcome. Like, it has a clear beginning and end. Like, I mean, there's people hoping for a season 2. I honestly hope they don't. Like, I kind of prefer if it was like, that was it. The other thing, too, is that with the whole popularity of Cyberpunk coming up again, they actually announced a new DLC for Cyberpunk 2077. So
Sick.
it's kind of nice to see the game's kind of like back into production, but if any new content from that series, I hope that it's maybe just referenced in the game. Like, if you want to continue some of their storylines, make it interactive in the game.
Now you can play as the gremlin.
Speaking of kids,
For fuck's sake.
I fucking hate
Why
this
is
segue.
this your relevant
Speaking of
segue?
new segment! For Phase 2, we've added a new segment to the show. Welcome, everyone, to the first ever 300-second Superhost News Discussion Ranting Theory Opinion Hype Skepticism Lightning Round!
Woo!
So, for this lightning round of news, I decided that in order to help, like, you know, to give everybody their own time to, like, talk and give and add something to this podcast, while also giving us the chance to talk about smaller, more niche topics, everybody in this podcast, all of my co-hosts here, have all chosen one piece of news to talk about for this portion of the show. It can be whatever they want, as long as it's something they feel like they can talk about and discuss. We're each, since it's called the 300 second, we're each going to try and limit these discussions to 4 to 5 minutes each, but does anybody want to go first?
I can go first.
All right, Cube, what do you have for show and tell?
Well, I have a movie that has just recently been announced. Has anybody heard of Violent Night?
I have not.
No. So,
It sounds violent.
this movie is being produced by the same people who did the movie Nobody, who also produced the John Wick movies. So, you can tell right off the bat, good action and maybe a little bit of violence. This is a story about Santa Claus,
Old Saint Nick,
played by
you
David
say?
Harbour. So, the movie is based off, well, not really based off. So it's based around this family who is being robbed. It's a rich family. And they have all these like guys come in, they have guns, they are very, very well armed. Anyway, Santa's coming to deliver presents. And Santa decides to take some matters into his own hands, and he starts hunting them down. People are looking at this as the reverse Die Hard, but it's based with Santa hunting down the robbers.
To me, it gives the energy of that one movie about Abraham Lincoln as a vampire hunter.
Yeah, but I love the theme. If you look up the trailer on this thing, it looks a lot like a comedy, but with like some good fun ridiculous action. Like, I mean, Santa's stabbing people in the eyes with a candy cane that he's licked down into a point. Like, we've all done that. And he's like, it's hard
Licked
action.
a candy cane to its point, or stab someone with a pointy candy cane?
Stab someone with a pointy candy cane.
That's what I thought you meant. Yeah, I've done that.
and like hitting him with like Christmas lights and shocking him. Like it's a pretty violent movie. But I just love the idea that this is being produced by the same people who did Nobody and John Wick. It's a good Christmas movie.
Nice little Christmas movie for the whole family.
For the whole family. Let's go see Santa put a grenade down somebody's pants and watch him blow up.
Jesus Christ.
I was thinking, like you say, that sounds like a version of Die Hard or Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. I'm surprised you even remember. That movie. But I was thinking, like, it sounds like a reverse Krampus kind of situation.
Yeah, like, that's what my immediate thought was, that, like, is this just Krampus? Did Santa gain the soul of Krampus?
Yeah. It has some great puns in it already, though. It's like, it's time for season's beatings.
He sees you when you're sleeping, and he knows when you're awake.
They're all on my naughty list. The movie looks great. I'm pretty excited to see it.
Teddy or J-Chip?
I guess I'll go. My piece of news is that someone released finally the pilot for Kingdom Hearts the show.
There's a show?
They were going to make a show for Kingdom Hearts. And Disney canceled it.
Is it like a live action or is it?
No, it's animated. It was going to be on
an animated show,
an animated cartoon on Disney Channel.
Yeah, wow. based on Kingdom Hearts, the video games.
It's been lost media for years now, and finally, it was the director who uploaded it to YouTube,
which I think is super fucking cool. Like, a lot more directors are doing this now, that there's like, fuck it. Like,
fuck it.
Yeah, it is big fuck it energy.
But, like, this, I've wanted something like this for years. Also, just imagine Sephiroth on a fucking show on Disney Channel, dude.
I mean, that didn't even cross my mind, but you're right. Oh my god.
Like, he just shows up at the end of the show.
One Wing Angel starts
Sephiroth! playing. That's what blows my fucking mind about Kingdom Hearts as a media. That it's Final Fantasy and Disney. Like, it's insane to me.
I just had the thought of him doing the "You're watching Disney Channel" and he does the mouse with a sword.
You're watching Disney Channel.
That's amazing, dude. But another fun fact, I've explained this somewhere before, but my first manga was Kingdom Hearts. So
okay, hang on. I'm also blown away by this. There's a Kingdom Hearts manga?
Hell yeah, there is.
There's a manga for everything.
Wow.
There exactly is. There's a manga for Splatoon.
There's a manga for Spyro.
Is there a manga for Splinter Cell?
I'll check. I'll check right fucking now.
Reports back. Sorry, Cube. Just like
you lie.
just like the company, they forgot about Splinter Cell.
Fuck.
If only that was your news for show and tell, was a new Splinter Cell.
Sure, new Splinter Cell. That's never gonna fucking happen.
Does this count? This is from August of 2020. Variety reports Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell to get anime adaptation.
I know that was in the works, but that's been canceled.
Oof.
I got nothing. I'm sorry.
I actually didn't know that it got canceled.
Yeah,
that
it got canceled.
Sucks.
Ouch.
Anyway, J-Chip, did you watch the animatic? Did you like it?
Yeah, it's decent. Yeah. It's an animatic, so people shouldn't have high expectations for it. Because, like, again, it was a animatic for, like, the pilot. It's just, like, a presentation. Like, this is what the show can be. Like, and it's supposed to, like, present, like the story or whatever surrounding the show. Because the animation comes after all that.
Yeah, it's a proof of concept more than anything.
Yeah. So like, I see it as that. Like, it's a pitch. For this kind of pitch, it's really fucking good, dude.
And as a Lost Media nerd, it's just awesome to see this stuff come out.
Yeah, like it sucks when this shit is buried like this, but God bless the fucking director that just said fuck it and did it himself.
Yes. The 2022 has been such a good year for Lost Media. So amazing. So many great finds. We found the Wicked Witch of the West Sesame Street episode. Something that people didn't think even existed anymore.
Dude, I watched it and I was like, the kids who got scared by this are weak. I'm just saying. There was nothing to be scared about there. They're just stupid.
Speaking of kids.
No!
You're right. Teddy, you didn't get to say your news yet. What's yours?
It's not news. I thought we were just talking about a topic. It's not news.
What do you got?
I've been listening to the Death Note musical soundtrack again.
Hell
so that's
yeah.
fun.
I mean, that is a good
such
soundtrack.
It is. It makes me so happy.
I think I've listened to one of those songs, and yeah, it was really good.
Like, I mean,
I
just
know nothing
the one
about that.
piano there, whenever like why am I brain farting?
Light?
on that? Light. L and Light, whenever they're kind of like having their little mind games there, and
the best part is I've never watched Death Note.
That's fair.
Not a single goddamn episode.
oh my,
It's a really good anime.
It makes me want to watch it because I've been listening to the soundtrack so much, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on like 80% of the time.
You know,
I just like the music.
knowing that you haven't seen the actual series, I'm very curious. You should watch the Netflix version of Death.
No!
So,
Just so you have that as
who
your-
wants to hear my brilliant synopsis of Death Note based solely on memes and listening to the musical soundtrack over and over again?
Please do.
Yes.
That's the next let's talk of Cryptcast.
There's these evil supernatural creatures that gamble on people or something, and then one of them's like, hey yo, have a book that kills people, and he's like, cool, now I can kill all the people doing bad things. And then there's another guy that's like, I need to figure out who the guy killing people is. And there's some lady in there that gets like obsessed with one of the guys. Can't tell which one. There's something about an apple. That's important, I think. And yeah, and then like, oh, the guy who has the book, his dad's like a lawyer or something, and he's like, what? My son is a totally perfectly normal guy. What are you guys talking about? That's all. That's Death Note as presented by me.
I mean,
Are you sure
you're
you
not
watched-
far off.
Yeah, I was thinking, like, were you just reading the Wikipedia article? That sounds
I mean,
really
the only
spot
thing
on.
is that he's not a lawyer. He's worse. He's a cop.
Oh, he's a cop.
He's a wannabe lawyer.
I thought. Oh, okay. That makes more sense, honestly.
Things are coming together.
Oh my god. Speaking of musicals, by the way, it's really fucking sad that was it Beetlejuice is no longer gonna be on Broadway.
Wait,
Yeah.
Beetlejuice was on
Sad.
Broadway?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Beetlejuice musical.
There's a musical?
Yeah, and it's great.
It's really fucking good, dude.
Is that the one where they had the guy going like, hey, Adam Driver, you killed Han Solo. Not cool, bro. I don't know, but it was like some sort of awards show, and yeah, Beetlejuice came out on stage and was pointing at some people out in the audience, like, "Hey, Adam Driver, you killed Han Solo! Not cool, bro. You know, the whole being dead thing."
Yeah, that's where that
yes.
song comes from. The whole
I've
being dead
covered
thing.
that song.
It's
In costume too. It was fun.
it's a great fucking musical, dude. It's been a fucking minute since I even saw the movie But like the musical, I can listen to and watch all the time.
They change a bit in the musical, quite a bit.
Well, you gotta have
yeah.
some creative liberties.
As long as
Yeah.
it's better than the fucking Spider-Man
They
musical.
kill her mom. Bruh. I thought that was normal because I watched or I listened to the musical first.
My
There's a trend with me.
My standard for musicals is that as long as it's better than Spider-Man Into the Dark or some shit, that it's good.
Yeah, I haven't seen Beetlejuice since I was a kid.
Yeah.
Speaking of kids,
God.
Wait, what was
Freaking
your topic?
my topic is I'm the host. Every other thing we talk about, those are my topics. I choose those.
That's good.
So,
That's
like,
a cop out.
That's a cop
No, like the point of this segment is to give you guys something to talk about. I've
You
been-
need
I've
to
been
talk
blabbing-
about something
I've
too.
been blabbing my mouth this whole time.
I don't care. Talk about what you want.
Speaking of kids, kid movies, we're gonna talk about the trailer for a kids movie. So a new teaser trailer for a anticipated? Is that the right word? A long known about and waited for movie has been released. And to start off discussion, if I may, to start off this discussion, I just have one thing to say. Boy, don't video game movies look great when they're animated? Yes! Listen, I promise, I'm not going to turn this into a rant about you know what. But like, come on, look at this. Look at it. You
Dude,
watch
my
this
count-
trailer.
my
Shut
counter-
up. No, shut up. You watch this trailer. You watch the trailer for the Super Mario Brothers movie by Illumination Entertainment, releasing in theaters April 7th, 2023. You watch this trailer and you just try. You fucking try. I dare you. Try to make the argument that any video game movie should ever be live action.
Detective Pikachu.
Shut up.
Fuck. You have to admit, that's a really fucking good live action.
Okay, but every live action video game movie that's still good, it still involves the animated characters being animated.
Yeah, true. But like, this is a thing now that like we're getting decent video game movies now. That didn't used to be a thing back in like the early 2000s and 90s.
I mean, like, it used to be a curse if any studio wanted to do a video game movie. It would flop.
Yeah.
Dude,
Okay,
it
fine,
took
JJ.
them long enough to
And hell, the
figure it
fucking
out.
Witcher series getting a fucking Netflix show.
Yeah. I mean, that's another one. That's a good video game series to live action, although it was originally
Yeah.
a book series.
All right, fine, JJ, I'll give you that. Detective Pikachu, I like that movie. It should have been animated.
I don't really think that only because
disagree.
like they recently remastered the fucking first Pokemon movie and it looks garbage.
All right, I got that in my system. Let's talk about Mario. Let's talk about this Mario movie.
All right. First, I want to talk about the big elephant in the room, Chris Pratt. Can we just say when it was first announced that he did not show his voice like what he would be talking like as Mario, and he's saying that I'm saving it up for you. I've worked on it for a long time, and it's going to be something like you've never heard before. I'm sorry, but it sounds like Chris Pratt.
Mushroom
Exactly.
Kingdom, here we come.
Exactly. Like
It's like nothing you've ever heard before. Dude, shut up. I watch Bob's Burgers. That's Linda you're doing.
and dude, like I would have much more respect for him going into this if he actually gave a shit about the role. Because they premiered this in a direct. They like had little promo videos for like the actors
That
like
shouldn't have been a direct. Like, what was the point? They should have just premiered the trailer. That did not need to be a direct.
I kind of liked having like the actors talk about like going into the movie because Jack Black had a really good video package before the actual trailer dropped.
Yeah.
But then you get Chris Pratt's part of it, and he's like, I always loved the Mario games.
I've been stomping.
I love crushing Koopas.
Koopas. I don't know why, but when he said Koopas, it sounded like he was dropping like a hard R Koopas.
Oh no!
Fucking slur.
It made it sound like it was just like Koopas. I like stomping Koopas.
So Chris Pratt, I'm sorry, let me just say my thoughts. So like, I am not at all opposed to somebody else voicing Mario in this movie. I feel like I'm like the only person in the world who isn't super pissed off and raising pitchforks that they didn't get Charles Martinet. And I personally, I'm of the opinion that no fictional character, no matter how popular or how iconic the voice is, no character should ever be limited to just one actor.
Yeah.
But that being said, let's not kid ourselves. Let's cut the bullshit. We all know that like they did not hire Chris Pratt for his voice. They hired him for his name.
That's
Yeah, for his notoriety.
Honestly, like I've met Charles Martinet, and he is a really nice guy to talk to. Like he came to a convention in my town, and I was really sad to see like nobody was even lining up to talk to him. Like they weren't posting that like, he's the voice of Mario, which I found really stupid. Like that's what you should advertise him as. And like me and Poptimus, we went to that convention. We just went to go talk to him. Nobody came up. We talked to him for about half an hour, and like he's just like the nicest guy you could ever meet. And I mean, he has quite the dynamic voice. Like he does most of the voices.
That's the thing. Like people don't realize that over time he's gotten so many more roles, and even Odyssey has Mario voicing a lot more. The dude has fucking range.
Yeah. And I mean, too, like, people are saying, oh, I don't want to hear a whole movie where he's going, wah, woohoo, yeah. But, you know, I think even if he kind of kept that same tone and actually had lines, I think it would still be a decent voice.
Yeah, he's actually spoke in that voice before.
Yeah.
Like, full-on sentences. And it sounds
I think he
fine.
could put, like, good emotion into it as well, like, if he had to, like...
And he's limited to just being a fucking...
He's in the movie!
Yeah,
he's a cameo! He's a cameo!
There are thoughts, though, that apparently they think that Charles Martinet might be playing, like, Mario's father or something, so somehow related?
I thought he would be like...
I've heard that before.
I thought he would be like Wario.
Yeah. I would take him as Wario, too, but I don't think Wario's going to pop up in this one.
Danny DeVito as Wario is perfect casting, though.
So anyway, I started blasting.
I started stomping Koopas.
I started stomping.
Okay, so I was gonna say earlier the fact that like they hired Chris Pratt because of his name, that his name looks good on a poster, so people can point and go, I know him, this is the guy from Jurassic World. I say that because even they don't remember the name of his character from Jurassic World.
He's also fucking Guardians of the Galaxy, isn't he?
Wait, he's Star-Lord?
I was just saying, like, it boggles my mind that they thought that it wasn't like they needed a big star celebrity so that people will go and see this movie, even though the movie's about the most popular video game character of all time. Apparently that wasn't enough.
Yeah.
That was not enough of a selling point.
And I mean, too, like, speaking of big names that are attached to the roles, like, Jack Black as Bowser?
Hella fucking good, dude.
Like, I mean, he does it well. Like, I was very curious what he was going to actually do when he came in. And, like, you know, part of me was actually really hoping that when he came in and said his first line, he'd just be like,
fuck you!
But, no, that didn't happen.
Of course you have that on
Of
stage.
course, right?
Fuck you!
But him coming out and going like, open the gate! Like,
the dude has fucking range.
yeah. Like, I mean, you can definitely tell it's Jack Black when he's like screaming, who's gonna stop me? But we haven't really heard Bowser really speak in any game or media, except for like maybe live action where he's not a...
Wrong! Super Mario Sunshine!
Hell yeah.
Wait, did he speak
Best
in that?
voice for Bowser!
Yeah, he does.
Oh yeah,
No.
he does! Oh yeah, he does!
But still, like, I love how sinister he sounds. He's like, I do not. Like, the fuck?
Also,
Yeah,
do you know
okay,
who
like-
voices the Penguin King?
They didn't. I don't know.
It's
I
the same
don't.
guy who voices Cyborg in Teen Titans.
Really?
Oh, that's beautiful.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's
Cube?
fucking awesome, dude.
It is so funny that you bring up both Teen Titans and Jack Black as Bowser, because I wanted to say this about Jack Black. I was, like you guys, I was really impressed with Jack Black in this trailer because he sounds so. If I just heard "Open the Gates," I don't think I'd know that was Jack Black.
Exactly.
So, I think we've known about this cast list for over a year now. It's been a year since that September Direct where we all went crazy over the cast list when they announced it. So, knowing what I did about this movie, this goes into my thoughts before I saw the trailer, because I do want to say, I really like this trailer. This trailer is awesome. And I want to say, before, for the longest time, everything I've known about this movie, the fact that Illumination is doing it, the fact that the creators of Teen Titans Go are directing it, and the fact that they got Jack Black as Bowser, I just thought is this actually gonna be a proper Mario movie, or is this gonna be a parody of Mario? So I was thinking when they said Jack Black as Bowser, knowing everything I did about this movie, I'm gonna be honest, I was totally 100% expecting Jack Bowser to be like, "Sup, princess? Say hello to your awesome new husband."
Dear awesome. Just
Awesome new husband. But yeah, I was impressed. He's doing voice acting. He's changing his voice to match the character, and that's
Yeah, he's actually trying to do voice acting, unlike Pratt.
yes.
Have you guys heard the French dub of the trailer?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I have. It's really good.
Almost all of the dubs sound so much better than what Pratt did.
You don't even have to understand the language, and you can tell that's Mario.
Yep.
If you watch the trailer completely blindfolded, you wouldn't even be able to tell when Chris Pratt speaks, oh, we're listening to Mario.
It's because people are actually trying harder in acting, because they're like, oh, it's a fucking Nintendo movie. It's an Illumination movie. Of course I'm gonna put my all into this.
Yeah.
And Mario's such a iconic thing, you don't even have to play the Mario games to know who the fuck Mario is.
Exactly, yeah.
My mom knows who Mario is.
My mom called him Mario, though.
Mario.
Mario. You want to play Mario Kart?
By the way, Keegan-Michael Key as Toad? Holy shit, dude.
I think he finds that perfect balance between, the obnoxious Toad voice, but, still something that we can sit through with the whole movie.
Voice.
Yeah.
See,
I don't
he's the nice little sidekick buddy.
Yeah.
That's what I get from it.
I think I'd be driven insane if I listened to the whole movie where he's going, Mario!
See, I kind of disagree, because honestly, Keegan-Michael Key as Toad is one of those characters I'm worried about, because I'm just allergic to characters who they're introduced screaming. So he comes on and is just "Do not touch that mushroom, you'll die!" And I'm immediately just oh my god, is he going to be doing that through the whole fucking movie?
How do you know that's how he's introduced in the movie, though? That's just how he's introduced in the trailer.
But actually, that brings up another point. People are wondering, how does Mario get even introduced in this? Because as
he's
you see,
isekai'd into the world.
Yeah, exactly. He's basically isekai'd.
Stop saying that word.
It's a real term.
It's okay. A normal person getting whisked away to a magical land is a trope as old as time. Stop saying the word.
There's a term
isekai.
for
it's
it.
Exclusive.
I just hope Mario gets hit by Truck Gun.
It's Truck-kun.
Truck-kun.
But honestly, that brings more that makes it more interesting, though, that he's just not oh, me and Bowser have been fighting for years, and suddenly he's have this master plan and we're making a movie out of it. I like that he's new into the world, I fucking wish Captain Lou Albano was still alive, because move your arms to side to side. Do the Mario.
Driving and I'm speeding and I'm vigorously. No.
God bless Captain Lou Albano. You died too soon. For the few huffs and puffs we got from Charlie Day as Luigi, he still sounds better than Mario.
Yeah.
How? He just does a few huffs and puffs, and he sounds so much better than Pratt.
Yeah.
Okay, so if we're talking voice acting, I just really quickly want to say that the Kamek voice is perfect.
Exactly.
Like Kevin Michael Richardson, he's the first voice we hear in the trailer, and like I feel like even if you like the other voices like Jack Black as Bowser or Charlie Day as Luigi, I feel like even if you thank you, Cube. Even if you like those other voices, I feel like they take a little while. They're not what you're used to, so they take a while to like you don't immediately. I'm saying like Kamek immediately. I was just like, that's Kamek. That's the perfect voice for Kamek.
Yeah.
Some people were like, "Oh, he doesn't sound like like he doesn't sound like fucking like higher pitched and shit." But no, he sounds like a fucking grand wizard. Like
The Koopas!
Lord Koopas.
Yeah.
He's perfect. Like everyone but Pratt is perfect.
Yes, I agree.
Dude, I can't even say that. Like I'm expecting Seth Rogen as DK to just be his fucking Pumbaa character.
Oh yeah,
was continued.
Yeah, Donkey Kong's in this, isn't he?
Yeah, he's played by Seth Rogen.
I just want to hear the laugh slowly transition into him going, "Hey Mario,
bananas."
Just imagine him smoking bananas. Hey Mario.
But honestly, that's the kind of voice that I do
That's
see.
why
as
he
DK.
has that banana horde.
It's all his weed. That's great. But like I've always heard that kind of voice for DK, like goofy, like Seth Rogen. So it's perfect. But I really hope this is really just like one of those moments where for Mario that it's like they show us shit in the trailer that's not actually in the movie.
Yeah.
Because hopefully he just sounds better in the movie. Because that happens where they'll put a line in the trailer that's not actually in the movie, or it's like played way later in the movie.
Yeah.
But like I have pretty high expectations for this movie, but like also the fact that it's just an Illumination movie, that it gives off that vibe that it's just an Illumination movie. Illumination movies they're like no harm. They're just fun family films.
Also, since we haven't really talked about it, the design of Mario, I think he looks pretty great.
Yeah,
Give him his butt back!
Give him his butt!
Where's Mario's thickness? You took it away!
Where's them cheeks?
But like, I mean, the one other big design too, they gave Mario a collar.
Yeah,
He has a collared shirt now.
yeah, he has a neck.
Well, I mean, before it used to just be like a big red t-shirt, like with like no, but he's giving him like a dress collar shirt now on that.
Yeah, his design's actually really fucking good.
I like I like his face. I think it looks great.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, it'd be a little hard to hide his mouth under his mustache, like how he looks in most of the games.
Also, you know that like when people go see this movie, people are gonna just look for all the Easter eggs for the movie, like all the references
100%.
for the games, because even in the trailer, dude, the whole thing about Toad telling Mario don't touch the blue mushroom, that's actually a thing. Red mushrooms make Mario grow, blue makes him shrink.
But he said too, is like, don't touch that, you'll die. Oh wait, no, it's okay. He said they were thinking he probably said that because he thought it was a purple mushroom, which is a poison mushroom.
Yeah, that's a poison shroom. Yeah.
Oh no, this is the one that'll just make you smaller. It's okay.
Exactly.
So, JJ, you said earlier, talking about Illumination, I also want to go on the record saying I don't hate Illumination.
I don't either.
I know, as a film fan, and especially if, as an animation fan, if you're around the animation community, which you shouldn't be, I don't recommend it, but if you're around that community, they hate Illumination with a fiery passion and say it's everything wrong with children's entertainment. And I'm just like, I don't, like, the only Illumination movie I outright hate is Hop. And even then, I feel like some people will be like, that doesn't count.
I actually like that movie.
Well, of course. Well, I was going to add on to that. Of course, that's a movie I hate. It's a movie where James Marsden goes on a road trip with a CG talking animal. Of course, I hate it. But I just want to say, like, there are Illumination movies that I really like. I love the first two Despicable Me movies. I haven't seen the third one, but the first two are really good. And like, I've always thought of Illumination as this is what, I don't know if anyone else calls them. This is what I know them as. Illumination is the animation studio for moms. It's like every one of their movies it's like it's specifically designed to appeal to moms and moms only. Like Despicable Me is about this like mean man who raises these three girls and learns to become a father, and he has a soft side. And like Secret Life of Pets is about pets and oh, look how cute they are. Oh, look at all these cat jokes. And like Sing, when you look at a movie like Sing, I guarantee you the ratio. Dude. Sing had a higher ratio of moms dragging their kids to go see than it did kids dragging their mom to go see. Dude, you are
exactly right, because my mom has done exactly that for all of the fucking Illumination movies, dude.
Illumination is the mom studio.
Dude, people can their only big thing that they can have for it is that, like, the writing's not that great. Like, they latched on to the Minions. Like, of course they latched on to the Minions. They're hella fucking popular.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, but like the writing, because of that, got worse over time. But again, it's harmless. It doesn't do anything offensive. It's not as bad as people are making it out to be. So
it's like I really like this trailer. It's like I was thinking, like, if this wasn't a Mario trailer, if this was a totally original movie and it was the exact same trailer, would I still love this trailer? And like, yeah. And I love it because like I love that they went, I think we all expected this trailer before it even came out. I think we all expected it to be just nothing but jokes. But no, they decided to go, let's go epic with this trailer. Everything's epic. Everything's massive and grand. And it's got all these sweeping landscapes. And
still has a few jokes, though. But
yeah. Right, it still has a few jokes. But like, they didn't focus on the joke. It wasn't like Joke City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really like this trailer. Am I expecting this movie to be good? I go back and forth. It's hard to say. Because like, on the one hand, look, it's still a video game movie. Because, like, look, I don't care what you think of Detective Pikachu. I don't care what you think of Sonic. I think we can all agree that video game movies still have a really, really terrible track record.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, on one hand, and then I go like, but it's Mario. I'm sure the people making this movie thought, okay, we are making a movie about the most popular video game character of all time. One of the most popular characters.
Miyamoto's been watching over the whole thing.
Yeah, so they're not gonna desecrate his fucking masterpiece. So,
and yet somehow he's greenlighting Chris Pratt.
Dude, Chris-san, come on,
Chris-san.
I think that's gonna be a fun movie.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be all right.
I am so sorry, Teddy. This is your first episode. Please. We've all been talking so much. Please, what are your thoughts?
Oh, I think it's gonna be a fun movie. Well, I don't know. I feel like you're kind of stupid if you were expecting like intricate plot from a fucking Mario movie.
Yeah.
I think it's just mostly gonna be fun.
Yeah.
And like, of course, it's still gonna have a plot, duh, but I think it's mostly just gonna be a fun experience.
Yeah. I feel like, too, this movie could possibly surprise us and actually give us a really good story, and that could actually be one of the big highlights that actually distracts us from, a lot of the bad stuff. It's like, wow, that story was really good.
Yeah.
Is Peach gonna get kidnapped? I know that seems like a stupid question. I know that sounds like a stupid question, because it's like, yeah, that's the plot of every Mario
Peach,
game.
And I'm so sad because I wanted to see her design, and it's not fair.
Who's voicing Peach?
Anna
forgot.
Taylor-Joy.
Oh, okay. No
Which,
idea
by the
what
way,
she does.
I just want to say, she's most known for the Netflix series Queen's Gambit. But I will say, I looked into it. I've in the past 12 months, I've looked into all these actors, and like nobody's mentioned that Anna Taylor-Joy has done voice acting work before. She was the main character in, of all things, the Playmobil movie.
Bruh.
Lovely.
So like, she has voice acting experience. So like, she'll probably be good.
I mean, Jack Black had voice acting had voice acting
Like,
experience.
guys, Chris Pratt had voice acting experience.
What was he in?
Lego
Yeah,
movie.
he's the
That's
Lego.
right. That's right. He was the fucking main.
And he
Everybody
sounds
in
like
this movie.
Chris Pratt still.
but that works though, because like the character was just like some average Joe. That's all Chris Pratt is.
I mean,
he's just
isn't
the
that
average
what
Joe.
Mario is supposed to be?
Yeah, he's just a guy. He's just a plumber from Brooklyn.
He's just a
He's
plumber.
just a dude.
So
Yeah,
he's
what's
trying to do
Mario's-
like a Brooklyn accent when he's running away there.
what's
Mushroom
Mario's-
Kingdom, here we come.
I wonder if they're gonna delve into the fact that he used to be a carpenter instead of a plumber.
Yeah.
I do have one more thing left to. Fuck you too, Jack Black. I have one more thing left to say, and this is gonna sound weird, but what I'm about to say it's not what I believe anymore, because once again, we have known about this cast list for a year now, so I have had a lot of time to think about what I want to say when we eventually do this podcast. And honestly, I was really, really banking on this trailer being bad, because I had a whole speech prepared of what I think this movie's gonna happen with this movie. And I'm politely asking you guys, may I please say all that stuff that I've been planning to say? Because even though it doesn't necessarily reflect my opinions anymore, I have had this speech locked and loaded on a trigger finger for 12 months now. I need to fire it.
Sure, let's jump into a universe where that trailer was bad. Let's hear it.
Okay, here we go. Here's what I was going to say if the trailer was bad. I guarantee you, come April 7th, when this movie comes out, I guarantee you, people are going to start defending the live-action Mario movie. I guarantee you. And you know how I know? You know how I know? Because we've seen it happen over and over. Time and time again. We have seen this cycle repeated over and over. And y'all know what I'm talking about. This cycle of this 20 and 30-year-old movie, we all collectively decide is bad. Everyone's always making fun of it. Everyone's always mocking it and talking shit about it. We all, as a species, we all collectively agree that something is terrible. Then Hollywood announces a remake or a sequel or something. And that movie comes out. And we all go, man, we were too harsh on that old movie.
People are gonna do that. Me, on the other hand, I still think it's fucking garbage.
Yeah, it happens over and over. And not only am I sure people are going to start defending the live-action Mario movie, but I know exactly what they're going to say. Quote me on this, because every single reviewer, every person on Twitter, everybody is going to say the exact same thing. They're all going to say, at least the live-action movie's fun to laugh at. This new one's just boring and forgettable. Fuck you! Anyway. Oh my god, I got all that out finally. Okay, now that I've done that big angry speech, please ignore literally all of it, because I really like this trailer.
Dude, do you think like the live action Mario actor that Chris Pratt was drunk every time he recorded for Mario?
Yeah, guys, we have a problem. Chris Pratt thinks that every voice that he does is something unique.
But also, I do want to add one little last thing. Apparently, this is an introduction movie, as in they're planning to make a franchise out of this in the light of the Avengers. They're trying to make
Mario cinematic universe?
Yes, because
can't
they've
wait.
talked for years. They've wanted to do a fucking Smash movie.
Oh my god, if they did a Smash movie.
Dude, it's all leading up to it. They're gonna do Mario.
Wait,
They're gonna do Zelda.
wait. What if they just start hiring actors from Marvel as main characters, and that's the whole reason?
That's why
'Cause
they
it's a
have
new-
Chris Pratt.
Robert Downey Jr. is Link.
I was going to say Tom Holland is Link. Or Tom Holland's young Link. Tom
Okay,
Holland's
Tom
young
Holland, I
Link.
can
Robert
see.
Downey Jr.
I
is old
can't
Link.
wait for Benedict Cumberbatch to be Kirby. That-
Dude, I hope that if they do make a Kirby movie, I hope it's something like Forgotten Land. Because Forgotten Land's a fucking masterpiece, dude.
Yoshi is played by Wong.
I mean, look. Okay, wait. If Illumination were to do a Zelda movie, I think we all know. Dwayne Johnson is Ganondorf.
Hell yes!
I've heard Idris Elba.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah.
Idris Elba would be
that's
pretty good too.
I was just kind of making a joke that The Rock isn't everything.
Yeah, The Rock isn't everything, but like, if you were to make a live-action Zelda, Idris Elba
Yeah.
as Ganondorf.
Did you just say? Please tell me. Did I have something in my ear? Did you just say live action?
Yes. Live action.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for joining us. I am out of here. Fuck y'all.
Children!
I brought this podcast back.
Phase 3, baby! Let's go!
Fuck you!